Hey, what's going on, guys, and welcome back to another video. So I've just opened up my phone and I was completely bombarded with all the news and leaks from the next Battlefield game. We've got 20 new concept arts that are not official, they're leaked. We've got some leaked weapon mastery stickers. We also have the attachments, the weapon attachments for the next Battlefield game, but that's not all. We also have the Headgear Cosmetics as well. So we've got a lot of things to cover. Basically, some interesting and exciting things here in this video. In my opinion, it's going to be the richest Battlefield 6 leaked video on my channel to this day, believe it or not, because the amount of content that has been leaked over the past few hours is just amazing. Before I get into the video, you make sure to go down in the comment section, let me know what you think about the leaks, the concept arts, which in my opinion are the most important part of this video, and let's just get started, guys. So basically, all of these leaks have been originated from a Telegram channel. I don't know about the channel, I don't know how legit these guys are, but eventually they ended up on Reddit, and that's how I got them. So let's go ahead and take a look at the concept arts to see what we have here. So the first one, as you can see here, is some mountainous area with some fences. There are some sandbags and 3 soldiers trying to make their way up the hill. What's interesting to me here is the masculine looking and realistic looking uniforms here, to be honest, because, you know, it's been a while in a Battlefield game without like correct form of uniforms for like soldiers. So that's pretty good in my opinion. These guys, the middle guy is holding some sort of M4. That's probably an M4 or probably an M416. Anyways, let's go to the second one. So what we have here are basically just mountains and 3 F-35s doing dogfights. One of them releasing flares and barrel rolling, while the other 2 are following. Nothing more here. We know based on Temporal's data mine that we're gonna have F-22 in the game, but here we have F-35. Interesting here. So these 2 first images are said to be located at Pamir Mountains in Tajikistan. So they are considered a map based on another user's theory. These 2 images are from one map called Capstone. Don't really know how accurate that might be, but it's just a theory. Let's just go ahead and take a look at the other pictures. So third one here, we're in the US. This is going to be Brooklyn. Just looking at the environment, it looks to be an amazing place to like have a Battlefield game going on. And it kind of reminds me of Modern Warfare 3, to be honest. There was some sort of mission, I remember. It was in Paris in Modern Warfare 3, but for some reason, like the architecture and everything here just reminds me of that map. I remember playing the survival mode with my friends back in the day, and it was just amazing. Kind of reminds me of that from this perspective, but again, that was Paris, this is US, totally different locations, but the vibe is just incredible. For the next picture, again, that's the Brooklyn Bridge. Back there, we have the Brooklyn architecture here, and 2 tanks just moving on, making their way on top of cars, and some soldiers. One of them is basically holding some sort of rocket launcher towards the tank, but the urban area looks fantastic. To be honest, thinking about the Siege of Shanghai, it was an urban area. It was just amazing to play in. And this part specifically reminds me of the objective on that map. I don't know why, but I'm just getting flashbacks, you know, odd, but it's happening right now. So the next picture here is again US, but this time it's California, not Brooklyn. So we have a soldier here basically holding an M4A1 with US flags all over the uniform and the helmet. We've got the trees, and again, this looks to be some sort of urban environment. Playing in locations like this with this vibe is going to be interesting. Again, these are concept arts, maybe even made with AI. Nobody knows if these are legit or not, but again, the environment just looks great. The next picture here is again the same location. This is California. As you can see, there are Apache helicopters moving in the sky. There are 5 of them, which is just a bit overkill, but again, just looks good. There's a villa here on the other side. There are skyscrapers, and there's an open terrain here in between. I don't know, maybe looks to me like something like a battle royale location, because it's too big to be a single map, you know. A single conquest map for 64 players is not going to be this big, with skyscrapers back there, a villa here, all this open terrain with little to no cover, you know. It just doesn't look to me like a normal map of the game. It looks like a battle royale map to me. This next picture, however, is said to be a screenshot from the Battle Royale. As you can see, there's this soldier holding some sort of DMR weapon. Looks to me like the G428 in 2042. And open terrain, as you can see, again, there are warehouses. On the other side, we have panels on fire. But generally speaking, the terrain is wider, and that's why I do believe some of the wide terrains that you see here are basically a part of the bigger Battle Royale map because I'm pretty sure they've learned their lessons when it comes to having little to no cover in Conquest, and generally speaking, the normal maps of the game. So this next one is very interesting. We have rib boats all over the place. They are basically shooting each other, as you can see. This guy right here on the left kind of holds some sort of shotgun, which looks to me like a SPAS 12 from this angle, but these ribs are shooting each other, moving in the canals. This is definitely USA again, Berkeley, I suppose, and the environment is just great. I'm just thinking those houses, the bridge and all are playable locations, while there are ribs and boats, probably maybe attack boats, are rolling their way in between the houses and in this canal. Maybe that's what the case is, maybe not, but again, the environment for US looks amazing. It's really odd to be playing a Battlefield game in a location like this. We've been used to play Battlefield in places like Middle East, you know, with Battlefield 3, around China maybe for Battlefield 4, but this coming to US, it's gonna be wild. The next one here is very interesting because it shows how close quarters those combats can be. Like, this is a small alley, kind of reminds me of Propaganda. If you guys remember, there were alleys there that used to be like hosts to gunfights like this. I believe this is going to be something exactly like that. The operator is holding, again, some sort of M4A1, I believe. Yep, with an angled grip. And just looking at the hands of this operator, this might be a woman, in my opinion. I'm just guessing, but just looking at it, feels to me like a woman operator. Maybe not, because I'm just guessing here, to be honest. But again, very tight alley, and it's going to be interesting to see people doing gunfights here face to face, because there's no way to run, you know. You either win and save your life, or you're going to die. The very interesting outcomes for gunfights here. In this one, we have a soldier bottom right taking cover. There are 3 enemy soldiers probably coming to get him. The building is completely gone. Like, that's a wall, and it's basically blown off. The wall on the other side has the same thing going on, and these people are basically climbing through what's remaining of the building to just come inside. However, one thing's for sure, the uniforms are looking very good. Like, we don't really have anything fancy. Everything's realistic, and realism is not something that is necessary basically when it comes to Battlefield games. But in terms of uniforms and things like that, like cosmetics, Battlefield really has to be realistic to be able to convey that feeling of being grounded. Moving on to the next one, we have an Abrams tank just crushing through a building. It's basically coming out through the building. We have some other soldiers shooting a tank, basically, or at least that's what we're seeing here. I'm pretty sure those buildings are playable. On the rooftops, there will be snipers. Definitely, have no doubt. Best place for snipers there. Feels like some sort of Middle East location. It just gives me that vibe, you know. Okay, so this one is a very interesting screenshot here. So this is probably the Egypt map, because as you can see on the left side, we have the pyramids. They can't be anything else. Like, if we are sure about one thing, this place is Egypt. And probably the previous picture was also somewhere in Egypt, or I don't know, maybe Middle East. But again, the map looks interesting. There are open terrain, but we have buildings here as cover. In my opinion, adding some more cover here is interesting because, well, you don't want to be running from building to building with no cover. I don't think they're making that mistake again, but it's going to be interesting to be able to play near those pyramids. It's going to be very interesting. If they want to go down that path, I believe everyone will like it. Okay, this one is also said to be Tajikistan, and this map is going to be called Tungsten, if I'm correct. And I believe we've seen this one. It was one of the official concept arts. And in my opinion, this map is too wide open to be anything like a normal map for Conquest and Breakthrough. This is not that kind of stuff. In my opinion, this has to be a part of the Battle Royale map because, well, as you can see, wide open, no cover. I don't know, it feels to me like that. Maybe this is just some sort of concept art for a map which is located somewhere behind here or maybe around here. Something like Operation Firestorm, if you guys remember. Around Firestorm, around the map, was a complete desert simply looking like this. It was exactly like this. But somewhere around, there was a wholesome map hosting people, and it was called Operation Firestorm, if you guys remember. This, in my opinion, is something either like that or just completely a part of the Battle Royale map. Again, this is another part of that map. 2 Abrams tanks marching through the fields, burned trees, burned house, and there's really nothing more. So this is the map of Bassett. This is the exact map that we've seen in that 10-second gameplay of the game for the announcement of Battlefield Labs, if you guys remember. It's exactly that. So again, urban environment. I'm pretty sure there's going to be tight corners here, intense CQB. In my opinion, they're focusing a lot on CQB maps because 2042 was lacking in that department big time. And just seeing some concept arts from maps like this gives me some sort of hope, to be honest. This next one here is also a part of a Bassett. We've got destroyed buildings. This is basically a destroyed building facing another destroyed building, and there's some sort of alley in between, and there are soldiers just shooting across the alley from one building to another. Again, shows how close quarter the combat can be here. Just imagine being in this building, someone jumps in front of you, someone shooting you from the other building. Battlefield 4, you guys probably remember Pearl Market map, very close quarter combat, building to building, rooftop to rooftop, and this map is going to be probably something like that. Next one here, again, we're in US. As you can see, there's a building partially destroyed, cars destroyed, there's a street and some soldiers aiming at the building. If that building is playable, we're cooked, guys, because it's going to be very interesting to be playing in a building like that, which in my opinion is just for the sake of the picture, nothing more. Just this one just reminds me of the first mission of Battlefield 3 when you shoot the hotel where there's a sniper and the hotel partially gets destroyed. Kind of reminds me of that. Maybe it's a reference to that even. This next one here, we're in US. There's a bridge here, probably a part of the Brooklyn Bridge destroyed. There are soldiers checking behind the cars. The covers are interesting because it's very interesting to have covers like this in a urban environment where you don't really have to run across the streets with your life in your hands, having no cover in case someone starts shooting you. Just generally speaking, looking at concept arts like this gives you a slight idea of what's going on with the map design. So in my opinion, looks great. Moving on to the next one, we've got some burning land with some Apache helicopters just flying through the wind and nothing more. And finally, this one, this is again US. Obviously, just looking at it, there's an oil field here with zero cover. So that was all 20 concept arts that were leaked, but it's not all. First of all, let's take a look at the weapon mastery tiers. Obviously, it looks exactly like Battlefield 2042, works that way. So the bronze one is T5, then the silver one is T4, and that's gonna go until we get to the red one, which is T1 mastery. We're seeing the M4A1 here, and this is good news in my opinion because I've said it more than once probably. If there is one thing good about 2042, it's the weapon masteries. And in my opinion, it's just nothing bad to have them. It doesn't hurt anyone's feeling, you know, and it's just one good piece of some sort of achievement to be there for players. Assignments are also perfect if they make a return here. Okay, so moving on, we have the Headgear Cosmetics here. Some people say these are based on classes. Some people say they're based on maps. We don't really know for sure. We don't even know if this is legit or not, but we can for sure identify the recon headgears, right? It's obvious, like snipers, ghillie suits, all those kind of stuff. The rest is unknown, and we only have just a bunch of headgears. We have no idea if you can customize these headgears regardless of your class. We don't have any idea if this is based on maps, factions, nothing. We only have some headgears, and you can pause the video and take a look for yourself. But now this is very interesting and kind of funny to me. We have weapon attachment list from Battlefield Labs. It was data mined from March 21st, 2025 playtest build, and it's a list of all the known attachments that have been found in Battlefield Labs playtest files, and file name kept as is for self-interpretation. So the file names are not really making a lot of sense, so we're not going to read through all that. Let's take a look at the attachments that we're going to have. We're going to have angled grips, 4 of them, bipod only 1, flash hider, 3 kinds of flash hider. We're going to have grip pod, which in my opinion is a combination of a grip and a bipod. You've probably seen those kind of grip where they can also shift into bipods as well. So we're going to have hollow, we're going to have laser, we're going to have laser light, we're going to have light, which is basically flashlight. There are different magazines. We've got magnifiers, mid-zoom scopes, reflex scopes, sniper optics, muzzle brakes, suppressors. So many suppressors here, more than 10 suppressors. We've got 2 thermals and 3 vertical grips as well. You guys have to take this one with a huge grain of salt. This has not come out from Temporeal. Nobody knows who exactly data mined this, but the source is really unknown. This is not something you can trust, but it's better than nothing. And in my opinion, nobody has to lie about something like this. So with all that said, it's time to end this video. Hope you guys enjoyed and hope this was helpful. Do make sure to go down in the comment section. Let me know what you think about the leaks. Let me know about the concept arts, because in my opinion, those were the important part of this video. Just do make sure to comment down below and let me know what vibes are you getting from those concept arts. What do you think about having a battlefield map in the US? Just all those kind of stuff. Thank you all guys for watching, and until next time, stay cool.